16 minutes past 7. Good morning to you in Melbourne as we head towards a interesting day in Melbourne. Weather-wise, 17. A little bit of rain around for Sydney, 19. And rain. Breakfast with the best currently in full swing as the Cox Plate aspirants get ready. Barrier draw this morning. Also for the Manikato. Now, a little bit of Godolphin news. Andrew Bensley reporting in the last 10 or so minutes. Ingratiating in. What do you reckon they're going to do with the 3-year-old? Do you reckon it runs Manikato or do you reckon they hold it for the Coolmore?
Animo.
No. Palale. The Godolphin.
Coolmore.
They are. That's exactly what they're doing. It's like you might have read Andrew Bensley's tweet.
I haven't read Andrew Bensley's tweet. I was actually formulating a question that I know will puzzle you.
Oh, hang on. Did you look up Air Horse 1?
I looked up Air Horse 1.
And
13 horses travel on Air Horse 1 at a time.
And is there different?
They're all individual stalls that they have to dismantle to get the horse off.
And is there
They build the box around them.
Is there different? There's business.
No,
There
it's
is.
not business.
There's first class.
They all go first class.
No, there's economy. I'm telling you.
There is not.
All right. Well, hang on. Glenn Boss doesn't want to hear us argue about it, so we'll pick it up later.
How many winners has Bossy ridden up to the end of the last season, 2021?
You can ask him. He joins us right now.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Well, take a guess. How many do you reckon he's ridden?
Well, firstly, Bossy, you're here. Phoned a friend, Glenn Boss. How many winners have you ridden, mate, as we welcome you in?
Good morning. How are you guys?
I'm
Hey,
good.
Bossy.
What's happening? How many winners have I ridden this season?
No,
Jeez, not many.
no, in your career.
Oh, career.
Oh, my career.
A career.
Oh, God, it's
Well, started-
well over 2,500.
Yeah. 2,780. I'll guess, Scoob. Am I close?
Something like that.
That'll
It's a
do.
lot.
That'll do. Well, Scoop's thrown a little spanner in the works, but good morning to you, mate. And the news yesterday that you headed back to Melbourne, mate.
Yeah, it was something that my wife and I, Sloane, had been thinking about for quite a while. Obviously, she regards Melbourne as a home. Obviously, Tate and Carter live down here, and obviously me being away in Singapore, and then Sydney. I've been away from for the best part of nearly 5 years, so it's been a long time where I haven't been around my kids. So, get to that part of your life and you think, well, what's really important, And I suppose, in funny thing, this COVID thing really makes you sit down and think about what's really important in life. And, being back here and around them has been weighing heavy on both of us, so we've come back to Melbourne.
The good thing is, Bossy, you'll see a lot more of them. We are
Yeah, well, I mean,
the most
that's what-
lockdown city in the world, pal. If you
Yeah,
spend a lot of time at home.
Yeah, I do understand that. But anyway, mate, listen, Melbourne will kick again. Don't worry about that.
We will.
Hey,
We sure will.
Bossy, you always seem energetic. You always seem excited, and when you're riding these big Group 1 winners, and, of course, it's easy to be able to stand up in the irons and pump the fist. But this type of move, anytime there's a move in any type of world, it can re-energise you or give you a little shot of energy. Are you feeling that as you head towards this new Melbourne phase?
Oh, it's just another challenge, isn't it? I think you always got to be challenging yourself and something else to look forward to. I went to Singapore best part of 5 years ago. I was there for 3. That was a bit of a challenge and something to look forward to. And then when I got back here, I kind of didn't know where I was going to end up. And we went to Sydney, and I went there with virtually starting from less than zero. And in 2 years, I managed to ride 8 Group 1s, an Everest, and a Golden Eagle, and I think I won 23 group and stake listed races. So it was a pretty good 2 years, actually. So,
Well, when you win in the Everest and the Golden Eagle, mate, as well as all those other Group 1s, financially it was a really good couple of years because it does boost the coffers a fair bit.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not always about money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said to you, it was a great 2 years, and I could have stayed there and continued on. But Sloane and I it was like I said to you, it was weighing heavy on us. So we just haven't been around them, and family's very important, and that's the reason for the decision to come back to Melbourne. And don't worry, it's a pretty cool place to live and a pretty cool place to ride too. So I'm pretty happy about that.
What happens after riding, Glenn? You're into your 50s now, and none of us are getting any younger. What's the after riding life look like for Glenn Boss?
Oh, you're talking to Benjamin Button here. I'm getting younger every day.
I'm with you, Bossy. It's hard to argue that.
Mate, you know that old father time, that old story.
Yes. Yeah,
I guess
he's
it's
creeping up,
eventually.
but I'm pushing him back at the moment. But I don't know. There's many things I could do. To be honest, I just haven't. I've got I've got feelers out there of things I can do because obviously I'm thinking about that at this point. But just at this moment, Samel, I'm really concentrating on my riding at the moment. It's first and foremost thing, and I think I've still got plenty to offer. To be honest.
But you have got plenty to offer. You've ridden over 3 different decades of racing. Is there a way of explaining from when you started your career to now how different it is?
Oh, it is so different. What I've noticed, and this is not just in racing, this is in sport in general, and the kids that are coming online now, they're coming on so fast and so talented. They're doing things at early ages that I would only dream of being able to do, on horses. So, and what we've seen in the last sort of 5 years is the young girls coming on board, and they've got immense talent. They've got just great balance, great timing. They certainly have a way with this animal. That's one of the things I've really noticed. And the horses have generally got better. The pool of depth of horses is big, the good ones.
You got 4 Cox Plates in the back pocket, but we've got to touch on the tragic start to Cox Plate week, or at least a week out on Saturday. Sir Dragono, who was so impressive a year ago, you won a Group 1 on him in the autumn as well, and the sad news of his passing on Saturday must have really hit home a little bit.
Yeah, what a kick in the arse that was. Hey, he was a magnificent colt. He had a pedigree like we hadn't seen in Australia for ever. He's had an incredible pedigree. So I was really looking forward to coming down here to ride him in the Cox Plate again for him to defend his title, because I generally thought that he could run very well or probably even win it, because his first run was out of control, and then his second run, he wasn't given much of a chance to be in the race, and there was every opportunity that he was going to bounce back. So anyway, to hear that news it was for the owners too, and I felt bad for obviously the barn, Kieran and Eustace, Kieran and Mara and Eustace. They had a lot of love for this horse, because he was just a real genuine character in the barn. So he'd be sadly missed.
Hey, one of those Cox Plates in 2009 was on So You Think. Of course, a 3-year-old who ran pretty well in the Caulfield Guineas and came out, and you just rode it to an absolute treat and had him off the bit, 600 out, and started what turned out to be an incredible career. We're big, I think, like a lot of people are big Animo fans, and having these 3-year-olds with lightweights in Cox Plates and horses that are really talented are always exciting. How do you expect Saturday to play out when you look at someone like an Animo and compare it at that time of its career to a So You Think?
I think he wins on the weekend. Let's just put it real bluntly. Mm-hmm. I think he's got the best credentials of any 3-year-old that's gone into a Cox Plate that I've seen. He seems to have the all. He's got the makeup. He's got the right sort of street smarts. He seems to handle himself very well at the races. As you see, he parades like an old dude, and he certainly has the right race pattern. And I thought he won the other day. The Guineas with ridiculous ease. I couldn't believe the way he oozed up to that horse with his ears pricked, and sort of thought, "Oh, I'll just deal with you when I want to." It was ridiculous, and you get these horses with 49.5, and they're quite mature 3-year-olds. They're terribly hard to beat.
Home affairs. A couple of people off the text. I thought he ran really well in the Everest on Saturday. He's definitely going to go to Coolmore in a couple of weeks' time.
I'd imagine they would. He got it all wrong on the day. Inexperience got the best of him. Unfortunately, he ran very well, considering he jumped out in his first 3 quarters. He was actually through the bridle and just wanted to get it over and done with too quickly, and he didn't leave himself anything left in the tank. And when we got to the rise, I was pretty well empty. But to his credit, he tried and got beat 6 lengths or so.
Yeah.
But, he's a better colt than that. He just got to learn that the best part of his race has got to be where the winning post is, not the first part. So anyway, that's just an experience on the day for a young colt. But I'd look out for him for the future. He's a very good racehorse.
Bossy, where do you base yourself when you come down, or it's just freewheeling when you come down? Any associations that you're starting with, or you're basically coming down with a clean canvas? Yeah,
clean canvas. I've always been like that. Basically, I've freelanced my whole life. It's just part of what, and I think that's the modern way of racing. There's no one really tied to a certain stable. You sort of, there's so many good riders around the big stables, pick and choose who's in form and who's not in form, kind of thing. And so I'll be starting from the base, and it's going to be a big mountain to climb. But listen, I've been in this position before. I was in this position 2 years ago when I got to Sydney. I had 0, so it's nothing a challenge I can't do. So it's just when you feel stimulated and you're happy in an environment, that's when it all seems to work. And because Sloane was really not happy in Sydney, she just didn't want to be there, and that was tough for me to watch, being away from the kids and being in an environment where she wasn't happy. So when you're in a place where you are happy, like I say, things just seem to work out.
Bossy, before I let you go, I want to ask you this question. What has been an incredible career so far? If you could go back to one race and relive it that you've ridden in, what would it be?
Mm-hmm. I tell you the race it would have been. It would have been when I rode So You Think in the Emirates Mile after the Cox Plate. It would be one race.
So you're going 1-1 you didn't win to resurrect the result.
Yep. He got it all wrong that day, and if I knew he was going to get it as wrong as he did, I reckon I went 100 metres too soon on him. I let the shackles go too soon on him that day, and then that cost me the association going forward. That really hurt, not being able to ride him again after that. So, that would be one I would change. But you know what? Sorry?
I'm just going to say, it's a fickle game when 2 weeks or 3 weeks after winning and dominating a Cox Plate, you get a little bit wrong and you finish second. I think you finished second that day, didn't you? And all of a sudden your association ends. Yeah. It is a fickle, harsh game, isn't it?
Oh, it is, isn't it? It's a game that's... it's built on performance, what you're doing, but you know what? You can't go through life with a rear vision mirror in your car. You've got to make sure you're looking forward all the time. That's something I'll never change. And I was fortunate enough to get that two rides on that horse, and one of them was a Cox Plate. So you've got to be pretty happy about that.
Bloody oath. Hey, love it. Love it. You're doing it for all the right reasons. And as you touched on a couple of years ago, you went to Sydney. You didn't have a great deal when it came to rides, and you just tore it apart. And we expect the same thing to happen now you're back in Melbourne, mate. Good to have you back in the neighbourhood, and looking forward to seeing you when you get out of quarantine in a couple of days' time.
Yeah, thanks, lad. I really appreciate your support, and hopefully the spring's not over yet. We can salvage something out of the spring and get going again.
And Bossy, if you've sort of forgotten what Cam looks like, when you're out on one of your jogs and whatever, just look at the bloke that doesn't wear the top, mate. He just he parades a bit of gear around, a bit of a six pack. He's a 50-year-old that likes to get out there and strut it around.
Bossy, I spoke about this off the top of the show. I've been running a little bit. And there's too many men taking their shirt off. So I'm making sure that the superstar Glenn Boss doesn't run topless.
Take your top off, that's okay.
Get it, Scoob.
Oh, you're a stripper. Don't worry about that. Bossy, look forward to seeing you down here.
Mate, you'll see me running off my top one. It looks like knots on cotton.
You're a superstar, mate. Welcome back. We'll talk soon.
Take care, lad.
Glenn Boss, he is a superstar on and off the racetrack. And we spoke a little bit about it yesterday, Scoob, when it comes to... the horses are the main attraction, but the jockeys have to play the game, and there's none better playing the game and adding to the entertainment than that man.
Just
News.
the Cox Plate's over.
Done.
Done.
Put it all on Animo.